Hi, my name is Jessica, and I am a life coach for people that have experienced betrayal trauma. This is a website and a podcast that is for women that have experienced betrayal trauma. And it is called Betrayal Trauma Recovery, and they sort of abbreviate themselves as BTR. They are online on a website. They have an Instagram, and they also have a podcast that you can listen to pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. This is a very, very good resource for anybody that has experienced betrayal trauma. It's targeted towards women, but anybody can experience this. So even if you are not a woman, I would implore you to check out this resource. So this is a resource that I found fairly early on after I first experienced betrayal trauma. And I do have to say that while I do love this resource, it is sometimes something that I need to take a break from, because if it's something that you're constantly consuming, it can sometimes be too much. I don't want to be misleading and discourage you from not checking this out, because it is literally a great resource. But when you are consuming something that is constantly talking about trauma, it can be a lot, right? So sometimes you need to take a break from that, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. I hope that comes across clear and that you understand what I'm trying to say. This source, they also do meetings in groups, like therapy groups. So that is like a paid source that you can choose to participate in if you want to. The other sources, like the podcasts and the website and Instagram, that stuff is all free. You don't have to pay anything to access that resource. But overall, I think that they are really great, and they talk a lot about, I just want to read you a couple things on their website here. It says, most professionals, including therapists and clergy, don't identify betrayal, infidelity, coercion, or exploitation as emotional and psychological abuse. And that is something that I've actually talked about in a couple of my videos, that if you are a victim of betrayal trauma, you have been abused. And that is something that a lot of traditional relationship therapists and regular therapists don't necessarily understand, and they haven't been trained in. And a lot of times too, if you are in a religion and you go to your church specifically for help with this issue, they will a lot of times put a lot of pressure on the woman to, accept their man for their downfalls, and not even be accepting of the fact that this person has been abused. So it says, even if they do, they don't know how to help you establish peace. And that is true. So a lot of times, even if you can acknowledge that you have been a victim of abuse, you don't know what to do with that information. So again, I would definitely encourage anybody to start listening to this podcast. If you need some sort of help, you need a resource, you need something to help you start getting through the depths and the trenches of this trauma that you're experiencing. So that's the resource for today. If you are looking for some other resources, I've shared another video on my page, so feel free to check that out. And yeah, that's it for today. So take care of yourself and have a great day.